What's going on, Small Streamer Society? My name is ASG Eric,
And my name is BTAC17.
and we are the founders of the Small Streamer Society. So what we did is we created an Instagram and a Discord to help small streamers grow, as well as other aspects of the hobby and, well, job, if that's what your goal is. And we run a poll monthly in our Discord to have a featured streamer. And the featured streamer we're going to be talking with today is Captain Sarge. I've been a fan of him for a few months. He's really fun to watch, and we're going to get to know him a little bit.
Absolutely. And for later purposes, I should mention our YouTube channel where you can catch our podcast interviews and featured streamer montages as well.
Exactly. So if this is something you might be interested in or you want to join our family, the link for the Instagram and the Discord are going to be below in the description. And don't forget to like this video, comment below and let us know what you want to see next, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more related content just like this. All right, everybody. So we brought in Captain Sarge, and what I'm going to have him do now is introduce himself. So Captain Sarge, who are you? What are you about? And tell us about your community.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm Captain Sarge, as was stated there, and I'm a streamer, YouTuber. I mostly got into it for the YouTube side of things, but the more I started streaming and just having a blast with it, it kind of took over. So I've been streaming a lot more recently. I just do it. It's a creative kind of outlet for me. I am not a artistic person by trade, and it's just a great way for me to kind of express myself, share my opinions, review games. That was really why I started. I just wanted to review some games and give myself a reason to play the 1,000 games that I've amassed in my Steam library. But it's really grown into a nice little community. We do mostly unbelievable. It's really grown into a nice little community. We do it's what started as just me playing games has evolved into tier lists for everything. Everybody in chat always wants a new tier list. Playing with viewers and League of Legends and just other degenerate games like that, and then still keeping true to the single player experiences playing through games. Right now I'm playing through Neo. That is a mess. I'm really bad at it, which sucks.
Yes,
for me.
I gotta say, I really enjoy watching big black balls get dragged across your face in that game.
Give me credit. I fought the second boss today, which is...
Oh, you got past that one then.
So the big black balls boss is ranked 23rd on the list of most difficult bosses, and that one took me almost 4 hours to kill. Wow. Today, boss number 2 is ranked 9th, and I beat him in 40 minutes. So improvement. We're about bettering ourselves.
Absolutely.
And by ourselves, I mean me while I put you down. That's how I raise myself up.
Favorite part about
we gotta have fun
is when you play these ridiculous games that you said that you bought for like $2 to $5 on Steam.
Well, yeah, you get the humble bundle. Yeah,
and they're just awful.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's the new series that I'm starring that I've started lately, which is the big backlog declog. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. There's this website, howlongtobeat.com, and you can give them your Steam account, like your public account, because your library is public. Right. And it spits out a list of all the games you own and how long it takes to beat them. So I imported that into an Excel sheet, and I've just been going from shortest to longest. And unfortunately, a lot of these indie games that have been in humble bundles where you pay $1 and you get 15 games in a bundle, would you believe it? They're shit games. They're just shit indie games, and
no way.
I know. I couldn't believe it. I was expecting Cyberpunk, but I got Woodletree Adventures and whatever the hell else I played. So that's a really nice series. Because I don't really script that one as much. I just kind of rant about all the terrible things about those games, where in my other reviews I do try and be a little more scripted. So I've been enjoying that series. Just to kind of be...
That YouTube series that you started is so entertaining.
Thank you.
I mean, just watching you you pick like 3 or 4 of them in each
Yep.
YouTube video, and you just shit on it, shit on it, shit on it.
Well,
there was one that you
yeah.
did, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know anymore. But like, it was just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You're playing these games where you can beat the whole game in like an hour, or you can. I mean, really, you play it for 5 minutes and you're like, I don't want to ever do this again. So I'm not going to sit there and devote an entire like 10-minute YouTube video to a pile of crap. So it is, yeah, it is like you said, it's a collection series. So every video has a few games in it, and I try and keep it a lot more lighthearted, funny. Giving goofy ratings. There was one game where the whole point of the game was you're supposed to like read through somebody's phone, and so I rated that. I said you should just go snoop through your significant other instead, Like that's a better way. That's a better way to spend your time than playing
That's
this
great.
game.
That's great.
So it's a little more lighthearted.
So
nobody watching those videos is going to find a game like their new favorite game or anything,
So we know what you don't like. You make that very clear. What would you say is your all-time favorite game to play, and whether or not you have streamed it or if you plan on streaming it?
So I haven't streamed it. I do plan on making a video about it at some point. My all-time favorite game is easily Final Fantasy X. Easily. I like all kinds of games. I love Halo. Halo is probably my favorite series of all time. But Final Fantasy X was just... I was a Super Nintendo kid. My parents didn't buy me consoles until the PS2. So I missed, N64, Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, all that. And so my introduction to Final Fantasy and like real gaming as we know it today was the PS2 and Final Fantasy X. And the story, the characters, the turn-based combat. I've always liked turn-based combat. I played the original Final Fantasies on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and it just all worked for me, and it just to this day still does. I haven't connected with a game more than Final Fantasy X, and I played it through 3 times on the PS2. I bought it again on the PS3. I bought it again on the PS Vita. I bought it again on the Switch, and I've played it through on all of those consoles. I can't get enough of it. I love it. I love Final Fantasy X.
That is interesting because most Final Fantasy fans tend to stick around like to either 7 or 8 and or the originals like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So like I'm a huge Final Fantasy 7. Like to me, Final Fantasy, like I never grew up with Sony consoles. Like my first console was NES, and then I never touched PlayStation games until like college. And when college came around, I very specifically remember a friend of mine. There was like a huge file sharing system. Of course, it was not.
Oh, the hub.
The hub, yeah. So I managed to download and emulate a copy of Final Fantasy VII, and I immediately fell in love with it, and it was just my all-time favorite. But
sure. So this is going to break your heart. Final Fantasy VII is the only Final Fantasy I have not played. I played through 1 through 6 on the Game Boy because they either originally on the Nintendo, but then they re-released all those for like the Game Boy Advance and the DS.
Yep.
And then, like I said, I totally missed that generation, so I skipped 7, 8, and 9 when they originally came out.
Mm-hmm.
Then did 10, 12, 13. Finally, now I've gone back. I played 8 when they just re-released it. They just remastered, air quotes, big air quotes, remastered it. Played through that for the first time. And Final Fantasy 9 I played through. I tried to play through Final Fantasy 7 as well, like through an emulator, but even whenever I tried, it was already too dated for me to really want to suffer through it. And so I just never...
I'm going to break everybody's heart. I've never played one.
Well,
ever. It's not Biggie C's jam there. It's the JRPG.
Not. I enjoyed watching you play it, B-Talk, but...
Sure.
Yeah.
I do want to play the new one. Yeah, the
new one is
I know
excellent.
It's a lot different. But...
If you completely ignore the stupid whispers, it is very true to the original outside of the little whisper bullshit, which was just kind of the developer's way of saying we're not going to do exactly what we did story-wise in the original. But other than that, absolutely amazing game. But moving on from my favorite stuffs, let's talk about let's talk about advice you would give to streamers just starting out, people who maybe like you don't want to show their faces on their streams. What kind of advice would you give them? You know, well, yeah, what kind of advice would you give them?
Well, the advice, I guess the best advice is obviously, this is not, you cannot just say, I'm a streamer now and think that your life is good, And that's why I really do. I know this is a video for the Small Streamer Society, so this is going to sound forced, but I'm saying this of my own free will. This is why I like our servers so much. Because it's none of that stupid, like, oh, come on in, we'll just give you follows and get you to affiliate, like that means anything, Mm-hmm. It's like, that, if you think that getting to affiliate is anything, it's the wrong goal. You got to be just going there, understanding that, like, you're not, this is, I hate to break it to everybody, but more often than not, this is a hobby, So just enjoy it. If you're not enjoying it, what are you doing here? Yes, it's nice to be an affiliate now and make some money and be supported in that way. But just, you got to go in to have fun and to just enjoy it. So you have to do what you want to do. It doesn't matter if it works or not. Like you said, I don't use my face. I don't want people to necessarily know who I am. I do have a professional life and a career, and I don't want them to mix as best I can. And that might hurt me in some ways as far as growth goes, but I'm not really in this expecting that anyway. I'm not expecting to be ninja, and if it looks like I'm going to turn into that, then I might reconsider, the face cam and stuff. But I'm just doing it to have fun. I'm doing it because, like I said, I wanted to just have a reason to play through my games, and I thought, why not play, because they're all single player games, why not play them with a community if I could grow one, and even if it's just one or two people, and I like Murph, we talked about Murph, Lightfire, shout out to those guys who are, just always hanging out and chilling in the stream. Big EC, I know, I'm getting there, but I mean, they're in every stream, yeah, they're in like every stream, and sure, it might just be the three of us, but that's better than it just being me, So
Absolutely.
that was mostly why I did it. And that's, I think, the best advice is that's what you got to be looking for, especially this early. Don't worry if you're not affiliate yet. Don't worry if your average view count is low. Just make sure you're doing what you want to be doing, and then the people who also like that will stick with you and find you.
Absolutely.
So. It's got to be that change in mindset, and don't think that just because you started streaming you're gonna get anything, because you're not.
Preach it, brother. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very solid advice.
All right, so I want to let everybody know what you want from your community, right? Like you've built this thing, and it's something, I mean, for lack of a better word, obscure, but it really works really, really well. And I really like what you got going on, but I want to know, like, what is Captain Sarge's community? What is it about? Tell me more about it.
It's really just about hanging out, really, almost to the point, like you said, that I feel like, and this is what I would ask for, new people coming in, like, please just chat, chat. It may seem a little daunting because we all do kind of get to know each other, and it is just, we're all hanging out, either watching me play a game or playing games together. And that's what I enjoy about it. It really is, for me, a form of social interaction, especially with the world and how it's all been. It's been, I think that's why I kind of went so into it, is because it really was a nice, not just creative outlet, but social outlet as well. And so that's what I so appreciate. You come in, Murph's going to say hi to you, Lightfire's going to say hi to you. They're going to be giving me crap. I'm going to be giving them crap. And we got in jokes, BTAC's talking about the giant balls in my face. That's what I love about it. It really does feel like a group of friends just hanging out and playing games. And that's why I love that.
Well, that's what I love about it.
Yeah. Thank
Absolutely.
you. And that's why I continue to do it, And that's why I've been enjoying the tier lists so much, because that's just friends hanging out, arguing about what candy they like more. And you know, what chips they like better than others, and why salt and vinegar are a good or a bad chip. That was a huge fight. Almost
Salt and
street.
vinegar is amazing, but
It is, you're
nothing
right,
beats
but,
nothing beats the Cool
In small
Ranch.
quantities. You know, it's like you can eat a lot of it. It's a small quantity thing. You know?
I agree.
Yeah, but
That's
yours,
great though.
like low key, Sarge, your candy list is kind of trash though.
Oh, that was because
I'm
it was
gonna look at it
influenced
right now.
by my chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
he posted
influenced-
it.
It was influenced.
I know. That's why I'm gonna go look
it.
at it. I'm in his Discord.
Oh,
I'll look at it right
I didn't
now.
know. I didn't know. I need to hear this.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with the tier list is I do try and take into consideration my chat, and my chat has Murph in it, and she doesn't like anything. She has horrible taste. And
Sorry,
so-
S plus on Swedish fish.
Yeah,
Wait,
Swedish fish is
fucking
fantastic.
S plus.
Swedish fish,
S
Swedish
plus.
Swedish fish is the god tier candy. You could eat Swedish warheads is next to it. That's the other S
Ooh,
plus.
I mean,
Oh my god.
You can't argue warheads. Don't.
I
like
love warheads.
but S plus though.
Yes,
Come on.
S plus.
Come
What do you-
on, bro.
I don't know.
Ugh.
For me,
got
S
that.
plus
I'm gonna
S
throw
plus
up.
is a crunch bar. Crunch bar is S
What?
plus. Yep. Crunch bar, bunch of crunch.
Bunch of crunch is better than a crunch bar.
Yeah. What are those?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but noticeably better.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, I used to take tennis lessons when I was like 3-4 years old.
Ooh, fancy.
And I would get a candy every time, and I would always get the Bunch of Crunch.
Yeah,
It
hell
was
yeah.
just next level.
It's my go-to movie snack.
Sure. So I am a popcorn slut. And personally, I feel that Reese's Pieces go best with the popcorn. So I'm not trying to say you're wrong, but personally, just with the popcorn, I like that peanut butter, chocolate, butter kind of combo.
I could see that.
Because I will just dump them into the popcorn, the Reese's Pieces.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm a very
Try
keep
it.
everything
Try it.
separate. I'm a very keeps everything separate kind of guy.
Well, I mean, usually I'm just, hey,
Yeah.
give me a bucket of popcorn,
Yeah.
and when I finish it, I want another bucket of popcorn kind of
like
guy.
for me,
But-
if something's supposed to be hot, I don't want like cold M&Ms mixed in
Sure,
there. If you know
sure.
what I mean. You know,
I hear
like,
that. I hear
I'm
that.
very weird
Yeah.
texturally
Gotcha.
speaking. But yeah, maybe we should.
So that's what I'm
mean,
looking for. That's what I think my community is. You know, I think it is just a bunch of friends hanging out, and so that's why I try to usually in my stream titles or whatever. It's like just chat, please chat, come chat, say hi. You know,
Yeah.
It's once you get to know us, I couldn't imagine you wanting to hang out anywhere else. Not to diss my other small streamers and all that, but that's really what I'm going for. And I think, like you said, I think it does work. I think once you do start showing up and chatting, like you really do feel like you're part of a group and not just a random person watching another random person on the internet.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. You know, because if you remember when I first started to watch you, however many months ago that was, I think I've been subbed to you for 4 months now.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks for the
I
support.
literally
Shout
DM'd
out.
you, and I was like, hey, why don't you have a camera? and yes, a big part of that was that small streamer society was just getting started, and I was trying to understand the mindset of a lot of streamers, but also, I mean, that voice though, you know.
Oh, thank you. I still to this day do not understand why people like my voice so much. I'm not like super cringe about it.
I wonder the
But-
same thing sometimes. I'm just like I hear my own voice and I'm like, God,
Yeah.
like why?
Try hearing
You are
yourself.
genetically put together to dislike your own voice. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but
I do know
is
that,
part
yeah.
of the whole thing. Like you are not supposed to like how you sound because you're never supposed to actually hear how you
Right.
sound.
So
Interesting,
with
yeah.
with all my video editing, I actually before I became Captain Sarge, I used to do podcasts and stuff as well, and so I've edited my own voice a lot, and so I have come to terms with how my voice sounds. But I still don't get. I mean, you want to talk about weird? Everybody complimenting my voice in my chat. It's crazy. I don't understand that. Like that's another level that I just. But I'll take it. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys like it.
Absolutely, it adds to the
I mean,
mystery. It's
even-
like who's
even if
this
we
sexy
removed your
voice?
Right? Like let's say you had the worst voice on the planet, whatever.
Sure.
You interact so
Right.
well, and we've talked about this too. You have the ability, and we did this through the whole video, to talk about anything for extended periods of time and be entertaining, and that's a rarity. You know,
Yeah.
I go in and out of streams all day. That's literally part of my job now. You know,
Right.
to look at streams all day, and the way that you interact without people actually seeing you and being able to look at you and understand your reactions and your faces, because that's a big part of it, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
You make all that work. It's crazy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. And that even is one of my channel point redemptions, you know, is like pick a topic and I'll talk about it for 5 minutes or something like that. I have always just been able to do that, you know. And even when I was a kid, I remember like some of my parents' friends that always joke like, "Oh, this guy's going to be the president. You know, this guy's going to be a politician." Like he knows how to kind of talk and do that kind of stuff. You know.
Absolutely.
I'm not a politician. I do not want to be, but I
I'm
definitely
ready to vote for Captain.
Yes,
Sarge.
right.
I don't know about
Captain Sarge
but
for
I'm ready to
president.
vote for Captain.
Oh no, you
Everybody
don't want to.
vote
You don't want to
for
hear my
Captain.
name. You don't want to hear my name.
You thought this
No.
was a streamer feature, but this is actually me announcing my presidential campaign for 2024. Captain Sarge, a leader you can believe in.
Without looking at.
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
I ran out of water.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's your whole thing, man, and I really enjoy that about you a lot. You know,
Thanks.
you have this ability to connect with your audience without a camera, which before I watched you was a thing that I didn't think was going to happen, and I mean, it happened. I don't just sub because I feel obligated to. I sub because I genuinely enjoy the content.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Before we end here, we're going to let Captain Sarge give you all of his socials. So be sure to drop him a follow, drop him a like, subscribe to his YouTube and his Instagram. He's got some amazing content. I will now pass the torch to let him give his closing little statements.
Yeah, thank you.
Closing arguments.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here and talk to you guys. If you do want to come join the stream, you can find me at Captain Sarge. That's CAPN_SARGE. You can find me on Twitter at the same name, CAPN_SARGE. Instagram, same thing, just no underscore. And then on YouTube, you actually got to spell it out. Captain Sarge, the full words. Go watch the videos, like, subscribe, share them with your friends. Join the stream, like I said. Come on in, say hello, get to know everybody, become a part of the squad. We'd love to have you.
All links in the description below, fam. Go follow, subscribe to this man. He's fantastic. Just go do it. We love this guy.
Oh,
Absolutely.
And I love you guys too. I love Small Streamer Society. Genuinely, it's my favorite Discord server to go in of all the ones that I'm in. And it's just a great group of people. If you are a small streamer, if you are wanting to connect, and like I said, it's really about just getting to know each other and hanging out. It's not about farming subs or whatever you're trying to do. It's about really getting to know some people, making some good friends. It's definitely the best place for that kind of stuff if you are a small content creator.
Right.
Genuine support in the Discord, the Instagram, everything.
Yeah.
You were one of our first ones in there. We always appreciate that, and thank you for the big
Ride or die. Ride
We
or
are
die.
trying to do something good here.
Yeah.